16 minutes? Okay. This was interesting.
Okay, so it seems that there's been...
I don't really know much about this, the Kairyu Crocodile, but I know there's some kind of drama, right? So vtuber ex-members... He says vtuber ex-members are all back together, but it seems like people are still coping online about Kairyu and her past life, which some people are so insistent on still calling her with. Okay. Many VTubers defending her, are telling people to call her by a new name, are going after these fans for essentially keeping a preference, which goes way beyond it. What? People don't seem to understand that Kairyu Crocodile continues to be referred by her other name, which has many VTubers angry. Who cares? I mean, you are the same person, no? Common etiquette to accept Kairyu Crocodile and her new persona. Then hang up on what she used to be. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same person, right? So I know you want to like burn the bridge, but it's not that easy. Okay, that's how I watch.
Surrounding the whole Kairyu Crocodile situation. Now, if you don't know, obviously recently there has been a new VTuber coming into the space called Kairyu Crocodile, who obviously is a part of the Beasties group, which is the lost vshoujo group, which was set to...
Beasties? I did not know anything about this. Beasties vshoujo. Beasties vshoujo? Is it this? Monster Girl VTuber group. Okay. So Kairyu was the crocodile. She was part of it. I mean, I'm have a look. Creepy crawly. Oh. Spider. Okay. Ooey gooey. Okay. Ooey gooey. Chills running down your spine. Crazy. This is crazy. Be careful we bite. Goddamn. So she had her own. Okay, she had her own.
I'm a bug.
Visuals. Bug. Okay.
I'm just a gremlin slime with a heart of gold. But please don't ask me where I got the heart.
Gremlin slime? What does it even mean? You're ooey gooey. Okay.
Or the gold.
Torio, I'm Tori Oriana, Soul Ferryman Guide for the Underworld.
Oriana.
Wait, where were we going again?
Hey,
Amazing.
I'm Crocodile. There's a lot I could say, but...
Okay, so she changed. She changed from Kairi. No, from Crocodile. No, she kept the same name. So what's the issue? I don't understand.
main thing would be stay out of the water.
So she literally kept all the same. So I don't know what's the issue, because she kept all the same visuals. So what's the name? I mean, oh wait, so this is new. This is new, December. So it might be. Is vshoujo still alive? It's not, right? Is vshoujo still alive? No longer active. So how is she keeping all the visuals? I'm confused. So they're changing from vshoujo to Monster Girl Gen collab. Is that correct? Beasties. Oh, so Future Legends VT. Okay, so it's a new company. Future Legends VT is taking over the Beasties. Okay, that makes sense. So Beasties had their full collab together. Okay, they also released their first song. Okay, references. So they are. So I understand they moved to this agency, right? That makes sense. Because they're like. Future Legends. About us, for create for brands, our legends. I don't see. Let's let them explain. Let's see what he's gonna say.
Debut under vshoujo until obviously everything exploded and yeah, we all know how it all ended, right? But essentially, yeah, they've decided to continue on. A lot of the Beasties members debuted a while ago, and then Kairyu actually joined in later on, and it's been a pretty insane ride so far. They've been doing absolutely amazingly, especially over on YouTube.
They immediately, dude.
339,000 subscribers.
This is
and,
insane.
yeah,
So they just I mean, they had a lot of stuff done, right? They had the visuals, they had like their own cartoon movies, so they are kind of cracked. And 4 videos, 350,000. So of course the fans, because they had fans from previous Vshoujo, right? They had the fans. Look, everyone else is like 35, 40, 50k, and this lady 355k immediately. Like the visuals are pretty insane. I'm gonna show you later. But their visuals are pretty insane, man. Okay, well, let's watch this video.
Most recent videos have over 400k.
Because my stuff never gets anything. Like my stuff is like 200 views, okay, if not less. And these people, they just drop in, and of course they're prepared. You know, they have their own backing, so it's different. It's not the same. And they're females. Females are here, okay? They are here. They get higher share markets because of Booba.
Her in the space, and you know, talking about this, and you know, it's just great to see another VTuber kind of, I guess, you know, joining in. But essentially, I came across a couple of videos over on TikTok talking about the situation in terms of, you know, who she used to be, which, if you don't know, she used to be Jaiden Animations, and hopefully this will be the last time.
Jaiden Animations, wasn't that a big Jaiden? That was a big. Yeah, that's a big channel,
Back in
bro.
April, Chikawa started.
What? So she used to run this channel and now she's VTuber?
That we really have to bring this up in a video, because again, this is the whole point that people are trying to get across, is that, you know, essentially, you know, this is her new persona, this is her new kind of, I guess, profile. This is her new like, it's just a new beginning, right? And I think a lot of people, and I'm sure that Kairyu as well, prefer to obviously, you know, call her by Kairyu than by Jaiden, because obviously, you know, Jaiden,
I mean, she had insane, like, if she was doing animations like this, she had insane fans. Look, 15 million subscribers. Of course, people who are, you know, coming after her, they're going to call her Jaiden because they know her by Jaiden. But that's sick. Dude. 6 million, 7 million views, 6 million views. God damn. That is sick. Again, a bit of jealousy, but a bit of also, what's the word? What's the nice English word that I can portray my feelings? Respect? It's not respect. I'm just not an intellectual. I don't know the English words. I suck. Okay, I don't know what's the English, but like respect, it provides like, okay, I see her in a bigger light. Okay.
A separate channel is a separate thing, and obviously I think both are still active as far as I know. So again, obviously,
I mean, the last one was 2 days ago.
Because,
God
you know,
damn.
that's a thing that tends to happen with VTubers, and also it is a thing that tends to happen with regular streamers as well. I think some people fail to
Admire,
understand
yes.
that, and obviously,
see, admire, dude. Thank you. That was a good one, because my brain is not big enough to remember everything, all the words. So I need, you know, a call from a community.
Couple of TikToks like this one, which I kind of wanted to talk about because they have been going in about it and saying that the VTuber fan base is weird and stuff for essentially kind of protecting this. But let's get into it.
Thinking that VTubers aren't weird. Well, maybe not all VTubers. Some of them are cool, but like VTubing,
I mean, all VTubers
the
are
whole
weird.
culture around it,
I'm
the
weird.
Fans, like a lot of this stuff is really weird.
Everyone's
and so
weird.
chronically online. Because if you didn't know, Jaiden Animations is now a VTuber, and you know, when I first found this out, I was like, oh cool, you know, I really rocked with her animation videos. I like.
Which also, by the way, first bit of you know, I don't know, maybe he missed it out, maybe he missed the information out there. She was a VTuber before, like she had a VTuber model. She didn't just suddenly become a VTuber. She changed VTuber model, but okay, yeah.
seeing people that, you know,
What
I
was she
support their other
called?
stuff.
Maybe
I
she
like
had
seeing
some
them have
drama.
success in
I did
other
not know.
fields. And I think her new channel where she's going by this new name for her VTuber avatar, like it has like 500,000 subscribers already. So I was like, oh, cool. But because Jaiden is one of the biggest animation channels on YouTube, a lot of her fans that followed her over to being a VTuber, or, you know, are just finding out that she's, you know, a VTuber now, they were making tweets and making videos being like, yo, is this Jaiden? Or being like, yo, this can't fool me. I know this is just Jaiden Animations. Which led to like a bunch of, I guess, core VTuber fans being like, yo, y'all can't call her Jaiden Animations
Yes, they
anymore.
can.
She goes by this name.
Yes, they
Y'all are
can.
dead naming her by calling her anything else but her VTuber name.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
like, bro, it's really not that deep. Like, honestly,
He's-
like, if
he's
she doesn't want to be
100%
called
right.
Jaiden Animations or like Jaiden, just like ban it in her chat and then like problem solve. Like, I don't really understand the issue. And I've seen some people being like, oh, well, if you were really a fan of Jaiden, you would respect her wishes and call her by her VTuber name. Bro, all the tweets that I saw of people calling her Jaiden, they were just asking, like, is this Jaiden Animations? Or being like, yo, I'm sure that's Jaiden Animations. Nobody would, like, nobody that
Yeah, if
I
they're
saw
not
was,
sure, they're
like,
just asking questions,
going
bro.
to her account and being like, yo, Jaiden, we love to see that you're a VTuber. And like, they were just like,
So yeah, obviously that is what they had to say about this. Now, some of it I think can be understandable. Now, I think that essentially, you know, obviously they go into the fact of, you know, there's people in the comments, you know, if they're in the comments of the chat, they could just ban them. But he thinks it's weird that some people are saying like, oh, you're dead naming them. Now, I don't think anybody's saying that they're dead naming Kairyu.
What does
right?
that
I
naming
don't think
even mean? Dead naming. What is dead naming? Is the act of calling transgender non-binary person by their birth name or their... I don't deal with this shit. I don't care. It's... Guys, I don't go into politics. I don't go into, like, religion. And I don't go into this shit. Okay? I don't want the headaches and the problems. I don't care. Okay? I'm sorry. If they think that you're Jaiden, they're gonna call you Jaiden. And if you don't like that, just close your channel and become full-on VTuber. But you're not gonna do it. You're just gonna stay both in here, both in there. And they know it's you, so there's no escape. It is what it is. So just grow up, put on adult pants, and, you know, go with the flow, man.
that is the case. You know, obviously dead naming.
First of all, did she even say anything about it herself? Where is this? Kairyu Crocodile. Did she even say anything herself? Faces backlash. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Where's her channel? Kairyu. She already have a clips channel. She has a normal channel and she has a clips channel. That's insane. I'm jealous. Immediately. Immediately jealous, bro. I'm immediately jealous. It is what it is. Now, she does not have a Twitter, at least. I think. Kairyu Crocodile. Oh, she does. Does she say that it's Jaiden? Nah, I don't think so. Well, she has upper hand because I think she's an artist herself, right? She draws stuff. So she has a lot of fans. So this is why I think it's good. Like, people should also consider this. Because if you're popular, like she has her own Jaiden channel, right? Animations. And now she's gonna combine her fans with VTuber fans and have a separate, like a VTuber channel. And then she'll get even more views. Because look, her... Look, she doesn't do that many, right? 5 months, 4 months, 1 month, 1 month, 2 days ago. So every couple months she does a video in here. But as a VTuber, she can pop videos as often as she wants. So this, like, look at this, is insane. 100 million almost 6 years ago's views. God damn. So now she can rake in all the fans in her VTuber channel. This is smart. This is business. This is good. And she can't, like, I don't see her anywhere saying, oh, please don't call me Jaiden, da 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 da. So if you are just fighting for her without her asking you to fight for her, like, there is nowhere that she says, oh, please don't call me Jaiden. What are we talking about? This is so sick. That is so sick. Like, I always respect like all the riggers who does all this stuff. Man, these people are like geniuses. Hard like this. It is funny. She gets so excited when we go to the park. Bro, crocodile in the back of the car. That's crazy. That is awesome. Like, she did a good move, because now she can have double the money, bro. And she can also do videos every single day, which is awesome.
Completely different thing, completely different kind of topic, right? So again, I think people are just more so, you know, protective over a new, you know, persona, a new kind of piece of branding. The same that any other IRL streamer would do so if they changed their username, right? Again, it doesn't really matter whether, you know, it's a VTuber or whether it's a IRL streamer. If someone chooses to, you know, change their username, or even in VTubers cases, as it's more, I guess, prominent, change their avatars and change their stuff like that, then obviously, yes, some people are going to want them to, you know, call them by this new thing, not by their old thing.
Yeah, and it's their choice.
They don't go by.
They can choose,
channel, which I think is a pretty
freedom of
fair enough
speech.
request. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I think it is.
Where's
pretty...
no? Where's this request? Where is she saying, guys, please don't call me Jaiden? Like, as you can't just say, oh, she's asking for this. No, there's no proof. People know her by Jaiden, so they're gonna call her Jaiden. People know her by Crocodile, they're gonna call her Crocodile, and both is fine. I don't know. Immediately 70,000 followers. God damn, bro. This is sick. I'm very proud of you, ma'am. You are a genius. This was amazing move. Amazing
by
move.
a different name if they chose to have a different name. I don't know why people find that so hard. Now, obviously, he goes into the fact about like, oh, people are asking about, you know, who she used to be and things like that, saying, oh, did this used to be Jaiden, or like
It's still Jaiden.
People are trying to.
It's not used to be Jaiden. It's still Jaiden.
That's fine.
Jaiden's still gonna do videos.
And I don't feel like a lot of people have a problem with that. Maybe there are some people out there, I guess, but obviously, you know, there's always going to be some bad actors within the, you know, within the group and stuff like that. I do think it's fine to be asking questions and be like, oh, is this her? Like, oh, okay, like just trying to like clarify information. I think that's fine. But I think what's not fine is obviously, you know, creating videos, creating these kind of things.
You don't have this power to stop people from doing what they want to do.
This is Jaden, you're only referring to her as Jaden or Jaden's new model.
You're doing the same thing. You're doing exactly the same thing. You're doing this video, and now people... I didn't know that she's Jaiden, but now I do. So you're complaining that people remind you that she's Jaiden when you do exactly the same thing. I'm not saying like in a mean way. I'm just like stating the obvious, right? Because you're doing the same thing that you're asking people not to do. So it's a bit weird.
Obviously, that's pretty disrespectful to a lot of the work that has been going in to obviously, you know, create this from the, you know, VTuber model artist, the animation team, to obviously Kairyu herself, right? I think that is obviously pretty disrespectful, and I think that a lot of people would not be happy with that, and I understand it. You know, I can understand why, you know, they would want to call her by a different name. For example, this video that popped up, right? Some people have been pretty angry at this because they say Jaiden Animations' new
because it's correct.
Is so awesome. This is the kind of stuff that people don't like, right? I can understand.
Who cares? Who cares what other people like? If she is going to come out and stay, even say like, oh, I hate this, please remove all of this. It's your choice if you want to keep it or not, because it's, in essence, it's the truth, you know. People know that it's Jaiden Animations, and it is Jaiden Animations, you know, and she has a new VTuber model. So they're gonna say, oh, this is Jaiden Animations having a VTuber model, and it's correct, and you can do nothing about it. There's no legal term that, oh, you're going to court because you know who I am. I mean, that's not how it works. So you can't force people to, no, you cannot do this. You're not allowed to do this. By which law? Because the internet people like complaining about this? Go ahead, complain all you want.
400,000 likes. I think people were just happy to see her in the space.
Exactly.
Like, but obviously, you know, I think this is the problem that people are having, and I can understand this problem because obviously they don't go, oh, Kairyu Crocodile looks so great or whatever. They actually just straight up just say, oh, this is Jaiden Animations, which again I think trying
it's
to
against the truth.
Keep tying it to that username,
because it's what's happening.
To that name isn't going to help in terms of branding and everything like that. Now, obviously, if they put Kairyu here and then in the comments someone said, oh, is this Jaiden or something like that, then that's fine. I think that's fine, and I think that's obviously how it should be. But obviously, I think some people trying to class this as this is Jaiden Animations.
What's the difference between asking this in the chat and asking this on the internet? Is the same thing. Because you're gonna give it away that it's Jaiden Animations. So what's the difference of asking in the chat, hey guys, is it Jaiden Animations? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. But if you make a video, not a question but a statement, hey, this is Jaiden Animations, like it's completely wrong right now. Why? Like you're doing exactly the same thing. I did not know that this is Jaiden Animations, and now I do. So you literally, what you asked me not to do, you did it yourself. You understand?
New model. This isn't her new model, right? Because it's a different account, it's a different persona, it's a different entire thing, right? I think that some people, I guess, you know, are a little bit misinformed in that, and I do think.
You know what I think? I think that instead of complaining or like saying, "Oh, you're not supposed to ask," she can stay in the persona and say, "No, I'm not Jaiden. I'm Kairyu because I'm playing as this persona right now. I am this persona." So if she doesn't break the persona and she stays as the crocodile, and then when she's on the Jaiden channel, she stays as Jaiden and she's not Crocodile. Who's Crocodile? I have no idea who the Crocodile is. And she separates the two, then people will follow eventually. Even if they say, "Oh, are you Jaiden?" She says, "No, I'm Crocodile." That's it. End of the problem. You know, there's no need to like overcomplicate and blame people who make the videos.
You know, it's fine. It's totally fine to be a little bit misinformed or accidentally make, you know, something or say something that isn't, you know, accepted, I guess, in a case. But I do think at the end of the day, you know, it just needs to be something that people need to get used to. And I think a lot of people, I guess, want people to get used to it early on, because obviously we don't want to have this problem about a year down the line of people still calling her this when
Why
she
is this
just
a
wants to move
problem?
on. And you know, obviously
She's not moving
continue with
on.
this new,
She's gonna still do
main
videos.
model and everything like that, which I think obviously is acceptable, right? And obviously Jaiden or Kairyu hasn't said anything about this, right? Obviously they're not going to address anything like this. The only
Then
thing
she
they
don't
have been
care.
doing is obviously removing words from chat, which are obviously saying that. And obviously I think that is, you know, I think that's fair enough, right? I think that is a
Nah, I don't
pretty
think
fair
so.
enough thing to do. And obviously it does kind of show you this.
Like you say yourself, she's not saying anything about it. So if she's not complaining, why would you worry? If she could even if she's like asking for it, you're not bound to listen. You can still, you know, say, "Oh, it's Jaiden," because it's in reality is the truth. They don't need to reply to you, and they can ban you. It's their choice. You know, they can block the words. It's their choice. But you don't need to change your vocabulary because somebody is, you know, don't like it. It's very simple.
Stance that they do have on, you know, using other name, which I don't think, you know, should be used, right? And I think that's totally acceptable. And as I said, it's one of these things that is, you know, people say it's weird, and obviously this dude was saying it's weird, the VTuber community are weird for it. But I don't think it's that weird. As I said, you know, there's like a ton of
It is
IRL
weird.
streamers and things like that. Like,
Because
as
it's
in, I
this
mean, people
the
in real life, not actual.
like burned in culture, and like hardcore fans think this is the only way. We have to do it this way, and that's the only way. It's not the only way. Especially when the artist, you know, is not making any like asks, right? She's not asking people to ignore the Jaiden part while I'm Crocodile, or ignore the Crocodile part while I'm Jaiden, you know. People gonna still mix the two, and it is what it is. That's such is life. If she was only the Crocodile, or if she like stops doing the Jaiden, right, and then she becomes Crocodile, sure, it would die out by itself. But as you can see, she just did the video 2 days ago, so she's not stopping. At least, I don't think so. I mean, there's no point for her stopping. She's getting like insane views. She's getting like, yeah, VidIQ says she's getting from 35 to 100k a month, so she's never stopping the channel. There's no point. This is a gold mine. This is a literal gold mine. She will never. So as long as she's gonna be Jaiden, then she cannot be just the Crocodile, because everybody will know.
Going out and about IRL streamers. But you know, there's tons of people who you know, change their username and want to be referred to as a different username and things like that. And obviously, you know, people have no problem with that. They're not going to be called weird for that. But obviously, as soon as there's a VTuber, and especially with a lot of the VTuber hate that has been going around recently, you know, there's been a lot of people that have been, you know,
What's the
trying to
YouTuber hate?
purposefully, I guess.
I wish somebody would hate me.
And I think it is getting to a point where it is.
If there's any haters out there, could you come in my chat and complain about everything I'm doing and tell me that I suck and I'm a loser? Because I need some haters right now. I've been told that you haven't made it until you have proper haters. And I don't have haters yet. I need some. If some haters could come and annoy me in the chat, please. Please, haters. I need some haters, please.
Pretty ridiculous, right? Obviously, there's been some threads as well, and they're saying, why are people such idiots in regards to Kairyu / our roommate? Now, obviously, I do think like kind of being like so secretive about it is a little bit weird. I'm gonna be honest, but I do think that
Yeah, he don't agree with himself.
It's okay to refer to her like a couple of times, but again, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. So again, some people do use the word her roommate, which, you know, I wouldn't personally use, but I guess some people do prefer to use it. I don't think I don't think person wants to call themselves by another name online should be this hard of a concept, considering how common that is. See musicians, trans people, and wrestlers, and even non-VTubers, YouTubers. But apparently, if you squawk like an imbecile and show on your desk about you can get about 55,000 likes on the Hell site, with a quote retweet from someone else acting like a stuck-up hypocrite, getting an additional 14k likes. So
What?
I'm pretty sure.
What did you say? Person wants to call themselves, but that's the thing. If you want to call yourself some other name, you can, but you can't force other people to do it. It's not against the law to call you by your previous name. Like, there's no law against it. I can call you whatever you want, you know.
There's a new wave of VTuber fans now and aren't familiar with some of the rules of etiquette regarding past lives. They say this, and also there was a massive erosion of unspoken rules with the Nichi drama, especially Selengate and the whole Hollow Ian graduations. Everyone was looking for reincarnations, PLs of people with a relatively short period of time, and continuously after that some people got used to it as to the norm. So not sure if there is anything that can be done at this point. Maybe if major VT subs started banning for it, which again, I think that,
I mean, there's no point
at
banning people for this.
Some like big overall rule on you know, banning
Because you can't.
people
I mean,
talking about past
again,
lives and things. I think
she can have this rule on her channel. She can't force people on the internet to do anything about it, because she's not the president of the world. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just, oh, I changed my name and now it's the rule in the whole essence of universe that you need to call me by my new name. There's no rules like that. There's no laws like that. It doesn't work like that. So
I think you
just
are
suck
able
it
to
up
have
and
an
carry
open
on.
conversation about it. Like I said, like right now, I think it is whenever you start referring to that VTuber as that person instead of their VTuber model, that is when you kind of lose it, right? I think you're allowed to have the conversation being like, hey, you know, their past life used to be this, and if
Their
it's in
past life,
context,
they're still
then sure,
doing the
that makes sense. Obviously,
Jaiden
if you're just trying to be
Animations.
an
They're
idiot
still
in a
doing
comment
it.
section, be like,
It's not their past life. They're still doing it. What do you mean?
hey, this person used to be this person. If you didn't know, that's a little bit like, okay, I don't really get that. But I think whenever it comes to, you know, obviously having a conversation, say there's some big drama going on, or there's a case like this, right, where I'm talking about, you know, two personalities, right? I think it's okay, right? I think it's okay. But obviously, yeah, if you're just trying to be an idiot and trying to, like, I guess be smart and be like, oh, I know who this used to be, type thing, then obviously it does get a little bit weird, right? So
No, it's
it doesn't
not.
help that every single VTuber decides they personally don't care. A significant portion of the fan base decides it's a dumb corporate rule and makes assumptions on behalf of other VTubers. That's what they're saying. They say there are some people saying we need to gatekeep more because of this, and it's been what, only 5 days. People will either get it or they'll get bored of the joke and move on. They say two things. One, a great deal of non-corporate Western VTubers do nothing, zero keyframe, and gladly post their face, post their other accounts. This has set up a certain expectation to that being the norm. A lot of people, especially since the Peanut debacle, think VTubers are cringe and don't deserve respect.
Yeah, after Peanut, who kind of, yeah.
But they insist on knowing.
Peanut kind of changing the game rules, and I've seen like so many VTubers right now that uses the Peanut kind of the visuals, right? They put the like the sausage and they put the eyes and mouth, and that's fine, and that's the new way of doing it. And I think he kind of changed the game basically, because it's not only like the high paid, you know, like the whole anime uwu ara kind of bullshit, right? Now the VTuber is just anything like virtual visualizing, right? And I think that's fine. You cannot like just lock it down for a specific way, you know what I mean? I feel like it's gonna open up more ideas, which is good, which is always interesting to watch, and more opportunities for people to actually express themselves.
The actor inside a Mickey Mouse costume. They call wrestlers by their stage name, but when it's VTubers, it's weird. And I do think wrestlers is a very good comparison to this, right? Because obviously, wrestlers, if you refer to them by their old name, obviously, I think actually it is the best case thing, because if people will refer to them by their new name, by their new persona, by their new thing, because they will obviously create a character, right? But people will always discuss previous eras of this person.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that Mr. John, which scene name is now White Lightning, Mr. John is still Mr. John, and he can be called out in the street, hey Mr. John, and they're gonna turn around because that's their actual name, right? And if to call them White Lightning is also okay, because that's the scene, persona. So I don't see why is it such a big deal, to be honest. I mean, if he's in a the wrestler is in a ring and fighting and pretending to be the persona, he will never reply as Mr. John, right? Does that make sense? He's the persona. So even if you call him Mr. John, he won't care, because he's not Mr. John right now. He is White Lightning, right? So it's the same thing.
Of this wrestler who obviously went by different names, and they'd be like, oh yo, do you remember whenever he was this guy and he did this, obviously?
But that's the thing, they never change it, like, you know what I mean? Like, even I'm confused. Does it mean like changing from one persona to the other persona? But even then, like, people will know. There's no point, oh, I'm Black Lightning now. Okay, cool. But you're White Lightning, and you will always be White Lightning in my book. And what can you do? Nothing. But don't see how is this a good example.
Common, discussion that obviously happens in the wrestling kind of talk of things.
I've never seen this happen.
Very similar to
I've never seen a discussion like this happen in the wrestling, to be honest. And I used to be a fan of American wrestling, and I never seen, oh, he changed his name, and now please don't call me by my old name. Nobody cares.
Side of things,
it's
right?
not that deep.
Obviously people being like,
it's not a problem.
This in her past life. Again, obviously people still bring that up, and I do think that's fine. But I do think obviously whenever it comes to actually referring to them on the, if, for example, wrestling on the stage, you refer to them when you're wrestling on the stage. You refer to them as their new name. You also refer to a VTuber by their new name when they're streaming on
what
YouTube
new name? I think he's using the example wrong. I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
And I think that a lot of people don't really understand that, right? Somebody said, I've seen 2 references to the peanut debacle. What is it? Oh my god, people don't know.
Even if they change the mask, the wrestler, if they change the mask to change the visuals, people will still know, because if you look the same, then that's it, right? It's unchangeable. Like, if you are, unless you're using like a masks, okay, if you can put a mask, but then they're still like, they might know you by your face, like by your voice. So it's the same thing as here. Like, they know her voice. So Jaiden Animations people will call her Jaiden, because she is Jaiden. But she don't need to reply when she's being called Jaiden. And I don't think that if you ban everybody that calls you Jaiden, I mean, it's her choice at the end of the day. She can do whatever she wants with her channel. Or just ban the messages, I guess. Like, delete the messages where they call Jaiden. But then people will go around it and just use different. They'll use the number 4 instead of A. They'll go around it again. I would say just ignore it. If you don't want to be called, just ignore it, and that's it. When you are a crocodile, you're a crocodile, and when you are Jaiden, you are Jaiden, and that's it. There's no need for people to make wars about, oh, please don't call my favorite VTuber by her real name.
About that. So using trans people as an example is brave, seeing as how so many people have absolutely no respect for them whatsoever. I do agree, but I think our culture itself is fundamentally diseased. There's a groundwell of cruelty, and it's probably impossible to stop this from growing. So yeah, obviously that's what they have to say about it. And I do think obviously a lot of people have different kind of opinions, I guess, whenever it comes to this. And I do think that at the end of the day, yeah, you shouldn't be, you know, obviously going out and be like, oh, you know, this is Jaiden or whatever, and trying to, I guess, make it.
I don't think you got to make a choice like this.
You know, for stuff like this,
you can't control people.
Here, right?
People will do whatever they want to do, especially on the internet.
Just changing it to Kairyu, because again, obviously that is her new name. That is what you got to call her. Again, it's if you don't like that, tough, right? You're gonna have to deal with it. But
that's the thing. You can't enforce it. Tough. You will have to deal. I'm not gonna do shit. I'm gonna go and call her Jaiden, because what you're going to do? Oh, you will have to call her, dude. People are so like freaky with control. People want to control everything. No, I'm this now, and you will have to call me Crocodile. No, I don't. I don't have to do shit. I can call you Mr. Poopy Bag. Like, and there's nothing you can do. You can ban me, but that's it. And if the whole society decides to call you Mr. Poopy Bag, that's what you are, and that's it. I mean, I don't understand what's this fetish about having control over everybody and controlling what they say and what they do. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm a human being. You cannot control me. I'm not a puppet. This is, I don't know. I think this is a silly take.
Obviously stuff like this obviously will not help things out whenever it comes to trying to transition over to a different model and a different kind of project, I guess, which will make
did she have a model? I did not even see. Where's this? Google then. Jaiden Animations VTuber model. Oh, so she used to have a VTuber. Okay. 2024. Yeah, but that's what that was. That's for her. Oh wait, so there was another channel. Okay.
So I can like draw and do drawing streams. All right, so I guess you guys are wondering. You're probably wondering what we have planned for today. We're gonna look at all the behind the scenes, the good old edgy bitch shit. Okay.
And how was the channel doing? So it was doing the same thing, basically. I mean, Jaiden Animations, Jaiden, then she becomes Crocodile. I mean, it's still Jaiden inside, right? So it's the same thing. Again, she just needs to ignore it and not focus on it, and that's it. And if you don't like what people call you, you know, just like, you can't force people. Like, I just don't understand. They say like everybody, you know, is like a button. I press the button and you behave like I want you to behave. Relax.
Yeah, if people just kind of called her by her new name, which I think is really not that hard. And I think a lot of people are throwing their toys out the pram with that kind of stuff. And it's just like, okay, bro, let's chill out a bit. Let's just call the VTuber by the name that they want to be, and just call it a day, right? Because at the end of the day, who really cares, right? Who really cares? Obviously, they want to be called by that, so just call them by that. It's not hard. But anyways, that's the.
I'm gonna call it Bomboclat. Like, you have no control over me. Like, I'll do whatever I want. This is so dumb.
Essentially, all I got for this video. Again, I thought it was a very interesting one. Obviously,
that's it. So yeah, man, like, you can't control the masses. If you don't like it, just ignore it. And if you want to enforce something, you can force it in your chat. But you don't control YouTube and you don't control Twitter. So there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's very simple. If she didn't even like openly say anything about it anyways, so I don't think why people are like focusing on it so much when the artist didn't say anything herself. Maybe she's okay with that. You never know. So yeah, simple as that.